Let's talk about setting goals, agile goals. I think one of the gaps in quarterly goal setting is when they're created, usually memorialized in a PowerPoint deck at an offsite, and then never discussed with the project teams. I think a better way to establish the quarterly goals is for the executives to take them to the folks on the front lines, the people doing the work on the big strategic projects. Whether they're in PowerPoint decks or not, the executives need to sit with the teams and discuss them, what the thought process was behind them. One format for this discussion that I think is really helpful is called clear goals. Clear goals were created by the Olympic medalist and entrepreneur Adam Creek. Clear goals are a flexible goal-setting approach that involves the folks delivering the solutions. I think they're a little better than the typical SMART goals that you hear out there. They work better in an agile environment. CLEAR is an acronym for collaborative, limited, emotional, appreciable, and refinable. At a high level, the process works like this. For collaborative, executives, managers, and development teams, for a few days at least, put aside their titles, get into a room together, into a workshop, and take those quarterly goals the next step. I find, at least, executives tend to learn as much as they teach. The explanations, kind of the thought process behind the goals, opens the discussion of the team members to talk about shortcuts and tools, maybe features and processes they may never have thought of in the offsite. Two is keeping it limited in scope. In the workshop, the executives and the managers work together with the team to story map or maybe look at user journeys, noting exactly where they really want to focus for the first release, first two releases, to get it out to the customers. Where can they really make an impact? Number three is emotional. Now, this is the piece that I wish was first and not starting with collaboration, but to get out and talk about what this really means, the why of the company, the why of the project, the why of a solution to our customers, and what it'll mean to the people in the room. Next is appreciable. Appreciable goals are goals that can be appreciated by the company, the customer, and the team as being valuable. Now, value to the customer might mean that they see it as something that they really want. In a short release, yeah, I love that new feature. For the company, it might mean how they respond. Are they buying it? Is it increasing conversion? Is it reducing time in the call center? Executives and managers need to work together to understand what matters and what it could mean if this one small goal is achieved, or maybe if it's not. Last is refinable. As information arises, executives have to work with the teams and give the teams permission to recommend modifications because they're going to be learning new things with every release. For example, is staying within budget more important than hitting a release date? Or is reducing call center traffic more important than increasing conversions? There'll be a bunch of levers and dials that can be turned after every release to decide how you respond to it. I like the clear goal setting process because it brings quarterly planning from the offsite resort with just executives into the workshop room with the development team. And it's only going to be the first in many conversations as a big project starts, but it will help, if I can use the term, instantiate the offsite goals, the quarterly planning goals, and bring them down to a manageable level on the project itself. Now, obviously, executives don't have a lot of time to do this for every little project. My recommendation is that they pick the 5 or 6 top projects that are starting in the quarter and set aside some time, maybe a day, maybe the first half of the workshop, to work with the team and make sure that they understand what's flexible, what's not, and what the cadence of conversations is going to be going forward. I hope that helps. Talk to you soon.